Hi, this is Mr. Scanes with the snare drum part for Diddy 6. In this video, I'll go section by section, slow it down, and show you how I'm counting it and how I'm sticking it. Unlike the other video where I played it from beginning to end, in this one we'll break it down for you. So, the first part, which is measures 1 through 8, is nothing more than counting. And you can simplify measure 3 if you need to, if your hands aren't fast enough at tempo to play the sextuplet, the 6 notes in the space of 1 beat. You can simplify that and just play a quarter note or a pair of eighths. Okay? Something that's going to fit into that sextuplet. Anyway, so you just want to make sure you're counting it. So part 1 sounds like this. Right hand's on the rim, left hand's on the head. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. You'll notice I added a snare drum note on beat 3 and bar 8. I accidentally left that off the part. So here it is at tempo, part 1. So you're thinking dum bum bum bum, dun 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 dun, that melody. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3 and 4. Now, part 2. If you look at measure 9, it's the beginning of part 2. Measure 9, 11, 13, and 15 are all the same. You have one stick on the rim, the left hand cross stick. And if you put the butt about 2 inches in, it's going to be much louder than if you have the butt over closer to the rim. It's not as loud. Get the butt of the stick over here about a good 2 inches from the rim. It's going to give you a nice chop. So, right hand on the rim, you got 1, a 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, and a 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, 2E, 3, and 4E, and a 1. Up to tempo, and you want to also make note that in measure 10, you play right before the second beat. In measure 12, you got to wait and play right on the second beat. Those 2 notes start on the beat in measure 12. So here's the second part at tempo. It's really just a 4-bar pattern that's repeated. So 9 through 12 are repeated. And then 13, 14, 15, 16, you'll hear the winds start to do something different. Whereas they started off at 9 going bump, 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 bump. At 13, you'll know you're there because they're going da 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 ba 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 ba. So they start playing eighth notes, outlining the original idea at measure 9. Anyway, here's part 2, up to speed. 1, a 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, a 2, and 3, a 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 2, and 1, a 2, and 3, a 4, and 1, a 2, and 3. 2 and 3, a 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 2, and 1, a 2 and 3, a 4 and 1, a 2 and 3, a 2 and 3, a 4 and 1, 2, 3, and 4 and a 1. So that takes you through part 2. The next part at 17 is a 4-bar drum fill. Okay, and this pattern is like kind of like if you know the rudiment flam tap, the flam tap rudiment. This is kind of like the flam tap broken up in a different way. So you're going to have, and I'll just play it slowly. It's flam and E and 3E, 4E and 1. And you do that 3 times in a row, a little bit faster. 1 and 2 E and 3E, 4E and 1 and 2 E and 3E, 4E and 1 and 2 E and 4E and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Of course, that last bar we're going to do all flams. Without the drum, in case you can't hear the counting, I'm going 1 and E and 3 E, a 4 E and a 1 and E and 3 E, a 4 E and a. That's how I'm counting it. Okay, and it's nothing more than flam, tap, flam, tap, flam, tap, flam. So that, again, that comes from the flam tap rudiment. So here it is, up tempo, at tempo. So here it is. And you'll have to work, if you have to work at that a little bit, take the time because it comes back 2 more times, that same 4-bar pattern. So that takes us to part 3. Part 3 is one of the more simple parts, as well as part 4. The snare drum on both part 3 and part 4, you're basically doing 1/8 notes on the rim, and you're just worried about the backbeat on 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's part 3. Part 4 is very much the same. It's at a little bit slower tempo. In context, the tempo slows down a little bit when you hit measure 29. We pull the tempo back and it's a little bit slower, but the pattern's the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So that's part 4. Up tempo starting right on part 3. That's after the 4-bar drum fill. And that's bar 21. That is the tune Turn Down for What. So 21, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You gotta repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? Then you get back to that drum fill again. So you're going along. 1, 2, 3. So you got to pull back that tempo in bar 28. So be prepared for the director to pull back on the reins. So you're right with him when you hit 29, and it's much slower. Repeat. So you're at 33, you're just going to wait till the director starts again. I probably should have just put one measure with a fermata over it. And then, because we may not actually sit there for 3 bars at that tempo. We may move on, but then you'll see in measure 36, a tempo, which means back to the original tempo. And again, the drum fill, and then it's going to go back to measure 21. And you'll repeat that, and then that's the end of the piece. So I hope that helped. I'll be working with you on either April 29th or 30th, and we'll go through it again there. All right, thanks.